Alright guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shelby and this is my day 2 recording this video, and today I will talk about my trades, the way I trade and the way I got my errors, like what I actually do, what the mistakes that I make, because this is more important to know about your mistakes, because I know what is right, but why I'm not doing that. Everyone know what is trading, everyone know in a very different ways. They do have their own methodology, like what they apply on the trading, the mathematical formulas, or you call it like a technical methods, which they use, but for me, it doesn't work in that way, guys. So if I talk about my trades, first of all, if you will see that from 7th of March, my number of trades were so freaking high. Like, yeah, the number of trades 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, correct? Where I got like profit, and then again the loss and the big loss, then again that loss there. Then on the 8th of March, see my number of trades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. So for you guys and for any other person on that YouTube or doing a trades, will be like these are over trades. But for me, I don't call it over trades because this is a point. This is kind of a learning curve for me, which I do make sure that I'm just putting my efforts on the learning, apart from basic concepts that get in our heads, and then we don't try to do something that we really want to. So I do that in my own way. I do got learning from a different sources, of course, but I apply that in my own way. So let me talk about my trades, okay? It doesn't matter if I'm in a loss. The major thing that I would like to share is that the setup which I'm trying to learn, the things which I'm learning, those are actually working, alright? And this video is just to believe in myself and just a validation for my own that what I'm trying to do is actually working, so I just have to keep doing that, alright? Because, see, this was my maven trade just a while ago. I would say, okay, so this trade was at this point of 83,649, but the reason behind I took this trade, and what was the reason, so this is a 15-minute chart. The market was falling completely down from this point, correct? And I took this trade after my first trade was at this point, but not with the Maven, because here I got like number of loss, like number of stop loss, which I took earlier, and I was literally not trying to do the trades anymore because I was not okay at that point. I was like, bro, I'm just fucking getting these loss, even though I know that this is just the things that I would get that, and that's what my concepts say as well. I'm not here for the win and loss. I'm here just to put that risk, whether to find whether my edge gonna work or not. That's my learning. But let me talk about my analysis, right? Because that's actually work, guys. If I believe in my setup, if I believe on my managements and the quantity, which I'm completely making messed up on those things, I'm just trying to fuck up those things because that's what my problem is, and that's what I get to know within these 2 days. So the first thing, my trade was at this point, okay, and the reason I told you there was my earlier trade at that point, and I thought like, okay, that is going as per my setup. And why was that going as per my setup? Because if I'll show you guys here on a delta. So this is a 15-minute of a chart. Since the market is at this point, I'm trying to short that. These are my targets, these are my analysis which I'm doing, and these are working actually like that. But the only problem is coming up with my quantity, with my stop loss, right, which I'm not putting in the right place, even if I know that that's not the right distance that I'm going to a market, right, but I'm still doing that, just with my greeds or with my lack of risk or quantity management, the position size. I'm trying to scale up on those trades where I'm getting a loss, and I'm trying to scale down where I'm getting a profit, or I'm trying to run away from my profits, even if I know that my target gonna be at this point, and market is going exactly like that. I'm not saying that that market is doing exactly what I want, That's a random, I know, of course, but as per my edge, because my edge and my setups are something which are completely where I do have odds in my favor, which is whether the repeating possibilities that comes again and again with that higher frequency. So that's how I got my edge, right? But let me talk about my other traits as well. So this was a pattern which I was supposed to know that this might go down, but before than that, the market might just fluctuate in this range because that was Saturday and Sunday. Because I just trade the BTC and I know the behavior, that how does the BTC probably work in my own way to find my edge, you know, not to gather profit, of course. But then this trade was at this point where I got a very small SL, and this trade was just to practice. I was not having any quantity, I was not having any profit delusion in my mind. This was just because after having those lot of loss even on this account, I thought like let's go with our setup and let's go with what I believe. Let's don't go with the profit, don't go with the quantity, right? So do something, try to accept something which you can really can, right? Like you truly can accept that. So that's what I thought to enter with the position, which I literally I just put it on the SL, I put it on my TP, and I just slept, right? Then in the morning I got awake. I saw that the trading is my trade is going good. Then I remembered that yeah, actually my setups are working, right? So I immediately took the trade on a move-in because I was sure, and I started believing it more. At that point, I was more confident that I believed on my setup. So at this point, I just took this trade here. I got a profit, and I closed my day with only $8 loss, which was more than $100. You know, and from now onwards, that's easy because if I just go with my quantity, if I just follow my risk and my plans, and don't make the errors again and again, which I'm making, because for me, the problem is not coming to find the trades or which usually the people get. They usually just scalp. They just go for 100 points, 200 points. They just run away with the high quantity. Of course, I'm putting the high quantity, but still I'm not running with that small profit or loss. Of course, my risk management or the stop loss is at the point where market will head it up. For sure, I know that. I'm aware. But still I'm doing it. That's what we call a greed to get something very quick. But yeah, and that's what how come you will get the fear, which I know that the fear inside of us conflicts in a different way, which is not really good. So my psychology, if I remove the fear, it worked completely fine. Even at this trade when I was here, right? I thought like when it will go more down, right? But then depending on the market moves, I immediately thought like no, this is not going right. I should book that. So I put my stop loss there. I booked my quantity, partial quantity as well, and booked at the right point. I got no regret on that because now, if you see, the market is just struggling, and it probably will go up now. That's what my analysis is of now. But when I put my trades, I really don't know where it's gonna go. So yeah, this was the video that I thought like to discuss about my trades to remember what exactly it did. Also, I'll make my journal, so I just have to write that now. And I'll put down more videos like that, hopefully, with the profits, not just for the analysis with the YouTubers too, because I hate it. But I'll show you more percentage, okay, like what I actually capture. So here, if I just show you, that was a 99%. That's all I can show you. I was not in the big profit, but the percentage. So that's what I learned more as well. Like I need to focus more on a percentage to book my profit to put those SLs. So in a calculated methods, not like numericals, just getting in the numbers. No, nothing like that. So yep. Now probably this was for the day, and I'll trade it tomorrow now. I'll do more over trading. That's what the YouTubers say. It's not to overtrade. Bro, do the overtrade. Because what exactly you have to do, that's something we don't know. And and just because of that, we don't know the fact. We're trying to avoid other things which we need to do, or we try not to do those things just because of those fear. You need to know like how to remove that fear, how to be get a chill pill even if you get in these laws or these profits or these trades. That's what I'm learning. I'm not learning trading at all, to be honest. And for trading, I'm trying to forgetting it, whatever happened learned. That's what my new concept is about. I'll talk about that in the future, but yep, thank you for your time, and thank you for my time as well. I'll sleep. Bye.